The sun dipped low on the horizon, casting a warm glow over the quaint suburban house Katie and Felix called home. As Katie began to speak, her voice carried the weight of nostalgia and longing for a time long past. "We were so in love," Katie whispered, the melancholy in her eyes reflecting the bittersweet memories of their early years. She painted a vivid picture of their once blissful union, describing the lazy Sunday mornings entwined in each other's arms and the laughter that echoed through their home. The reader could almost feel the warmth of the kitchen, where the aroma of Felix's favorite breakfast filled the air. Katie's words wove a tale of stolen kisses in the moonlight and shared dreams whispered in the darkness. As she reminisced, Katie's tone shifted, and a hint of sadness crept into her voice. But you see, things changed. I could feel it, like a subtle shift in the wind that signaled an impending storm. The dialogue between Katie and Felix during these halcyon days punctuated the narrative, revealing snippets of their conversations that showcased their shared dreams and aspirations. "Do you remember, Felix?" Katie mused, her eyes distant as she recalled a specific moment. "We used to talk about traveling the world together, exploring new places, just you, me, and our dreams." Felix's response, though filled with affection, held a foreshadowing undertone. "Of course, Katie, but life gets in the way. Responsibilities, bills to pay, and, well, things change." As Katie continued to unravel the intricacies of their relationship, the contrast between the past and the present became starker. The reader witnessed the subtle cracks forming in their once solid foundation, leaving them yearning for the idyllic love story that seemed to slip away. The chapter concluded with a poignant reflection from Katie, her gaze fixed on a fading photograph of her and Felix, a captured moment frozen in time. "We were so happy, but happiness, it seems, is fleeting. Little did I know that our blissful union was destined for a storm that would reshape the landscape of our love." Katie's narrative delved deeper into the complexities of her marriage, revealing the gradual erosion of the happiness they once shared. The reader was transported into the heart of their home, where the air crackled with the tension of unspoken words. "In the beginning, we were a team," Katie sighed, her gaze fixed on the family photos adorning the walls. "But soon, it felt like Felix was slipping away, like grains of sand through my fingers." The reader witnessed the subtle shifts in Felix's demeanor through Katie's eyes, from the once endearing quirks to a growing distance that cast a shadow over their once vibrant connection. As Katie painted a vivid picture of their domestic life, a poignant dialogue unfolded, capturing the essence of their fading hopes. "Why are you always working late, Felix?" Katie asked, the worry evident in her voice as she confronted him about his changed behavior. Felix, his eyes avoiding hers, replied with a dismissive tone, "Work's demanding, Katie. I need to step up if I want us to have a good life. You understand, don't you?" The exchange echoed the growing divide between them, the unspoken concerns lurking beneath the surface. The reader felt the frustration in Katie's attempts to bridge the emotional gap and the resistance in Felix's reluctance to address the issues at hand. Katie's narrative was punctuated by glimpses of moments when their laughter had filled the rooms, contrasting sharply with the silence that now hung heavy in the air. The reader could almost feel the weight of unspoken disappointments, of hopes dashed against the rocky shores of reality. In one particularly poignant scene, Katie recounted a shared dream they once held dear. "We used to talk about buying a house by the beach, remember?" she said, her voice tinged with both longing and regret. Felix's response, a distant nod, hinted at a disconnect. "Maybe someday, Katie. Right now, we have other priorities." The chapter concluded with Katie reflecting on the widening gap, an intangible distance that seemed to grow with each passing day. "Fading hopes, that's what it was. I clung to the memories of our love, but the reality was unraveling before my eyes." As Katie unfolded the next chapter of her tumultuous journey, the reader was drawn into the web of decisions that shaped the course of her marriage. The narrative unfolded against the backdrop of a cozy kitchen, where decisions were made and futures were unknowingly altered. Felix wanted a change, Katie began, her voice tinged with uncertainty. He believed it would be better for Jared if I focus solely on being a mother and a housewife. The chapter unfolded in a series of dialogues that captured the essence of Felix's persuasion and Katie's internal struggle. "Felix, I don't know about this. I love my job, and we need the income." Katie voiced her concerns as Felix broached the subject of her leaving the workforce. Felix, his eyes fixed on an idealized vision of the future, responded with conviction, "Katie, think about Jared. He needs you. I'll take care of the finances. Trust me." The exchange revealed the weight of Felix's expectations and the sacrifices Katie was asked to make for the sake of their son. The reader could sense the internal conflict, the tug-of-war between the desire to nurture their child and the reluctance to give up personal aspirations. As the narrative unfolded, Katie described the pivotal moment when she made the life-altering decision to become a housewife, surrendering her career for the sake of her family's perceived well-being. "But Katie, think about it. You'll be there for Jared's every milestone, his first steps, his first words." Felix's persuasive words echoed in her ears as she recalled the turning point. The reader witnessed the conflict within Katie, the desire to be the perfect mother warring with the lingering doubts about the sacrifices demanded by Felix. The chapter concluded with a scene in which Katie, staring at a framed family portrait, whispered, "I did it for us, for our family." Little did I know it would be the beginning of a path I never envisioned, a path that led to unforeseen challenges and revelations. The narrative unfolded against the backdrop of a modest living room, where the financial strains on Katie and Felix's marriage cast a palpable shadow. Katie's voice carried a weight, a reflection of the burden that financial struggles placed on their once happy home. Felix's income wasn't enough, and bills began to pile up. Katie began, her eyes tracing the contours of unpaid invoices and overdue notices. Harper, Felix's mother, stepped in to help, but that assistance came with its own set of complications. The reader was transported into the tense discussions between Katie and Felix as they navigated the delicate terrain of financial instability. "Felix, we can't keep living like this. The bills are stacking up, and I don't know how we'll manage." Katie expressed her concerns, her voice tinged with worry. Felix, his frustration palpable, retorted, "I'm doing the best I can, Katie. I didn't expect my income to fall short. We're not the only ones facing tough times." The dialogue revealed the strain on their relationship as external pressures threatened to unravel the fragile threads holding them together. As Katie continued her narration, she described the scenes where Harper's financial assistance, while well-intentioned, became a double-edged sword. Harper's help was a lifeline, but it came at a cost, Katie explained, her words hinting at the unspoken expectations tied to financial support. It was as if every dollar came with a price tag of its own. In a pivotal dialogue, Harper confronted Katie, her words carrying a stern warning. "I'm helping because I care about Jared, but you need to ensure Felix pulls his weight. I won't keep bailing you out if things don't change." The tension between mother and daughter-in-law added another layer of complexity to an already strained household. The chapter concluded with Katie staring at a check from Harper, a symbol of both relief and a looming storm. "Financial strains, a test of our resilience." Little did I know that the fractures in our marriage were deepening with every unpaid bill. Within the confines of their home, the walls seemed to echo with the unresolved tension between Katie and Felix. As the financial strains deepened, the blame game began, unraveling the fabric of their once sturdy marriage. Felix's job took a hit, and instead of owning up to it, he pointed fingers elsewhere. Katie narrated, her voice heavy with the weight of accusation. The blame game became a toxic dance that tainted our every interaction. The chapter unfolded with dialogues that underscored the escalating conflict between the couple. "Why is your mother cutting my salary, Felix? This pay cut is affecting us. Felix's frustration spilled into a heated dialogue with Katie. Katie, equally exasperated, shot back, "Your job performance is the issue, not your mother's decisions. You need to address the real problem here." The reader could feel the tension rising, the blame shifting from one party to another, revealing the underlying cracks in Felix's self-image and their marriage. In a revealing moment, Katie recounted a conversation with Harper, the matriarch caught in the crossfire of mother and son. "Harper, Felix blames you for the pay cut. It's tearing us apart," Katie admitted, her plea for understanding evident in her tone. Harper's response carried a mix of sympathy and firmness. "Katie, I've done what I can to help, but Felix needs to take responsibility. Blaming me won't solve the real issues he's facing." The blame game not only strained Katie and Felix's relationship, but also cast a shadow on their interactions with Harper, the matriarch caught in the middle. As Katie painted a vivid picture of their household becoming a battleground of accusations, the chapter concluded with a sense of foreboding. The blame game, a destructive force that eroded the foundations of our marriage. Little did I know that its toxic tendrils would reach even deeper into our shared history. The chapter opened with an atmosphere thick with tension, the air filled with the echoes of arguments and unspoken grievances. Katie's narrative brought to life the moment when Harper, sensing the imminent collapse of her son's marriage, decided to intervene. Harper had seen enough, Katie began, her voice tinged with a mix of weariness and desperation. She couldn't stand idly by as her son's marriage crumbled. It was time for a reckoning. The chapter unfolded with dialogues that captured the intensity of the intervention. "Katie, we need to address the root issues here. Felix's job performance is affecting not just our family, but also your relationship with him," Harper confronted Katie, her eyes reflecting a mix of concern and determination. Katie, her frustration bubbling to the surface, responded with a plea for understanding. "Harper, I don't know how to make him see reason. He blames you for everything, and it's tearing us apart." Harper's expression softened, revealing a vulnerability rarely seen. "I understand, Katie, but Felix needs to face the consequences of his actions. Blaming me won't solve the underlying problems." The reader could sense the complexity of the relationships at play, the mother torn between her loyalty to her son and the realization that tough love might be the only way forward. As the narrative unfolded, Harper confronted Felix in a scene that would alter the course of their family dynamics. "Felix, your job performance is the real issue here, not the pay cut. You can't keep blaming me for everything." Harper's stern tone underscored her determination. Felix, his pride wounded, retorted, "Mom, you're supposed to be on my side. Why are you taking her?" Katie sighed now. Harper's response, a mix of maternal love and tough love, revealed the depth of her concern. "I am on your side, Felix, but not at the cost of your family. It's time to face reality and take responsibility." The chapter concluded with Katie watching the intervention unfold, a mix of hope and uncertainty in her eyes. A mother's intervention, a turning point that could either mend or further fracture the bonds that held us together. Little did I know that the echoes of that confrontation would reverberate through the chapters yet to unfold. The atmosphere within the family home had reached a boiling point, tensions escalating with each passing day. In this pivotal chapter, Katie detailed the events that led to a forced departure, a moment that would reshape the dynamics of their fractured family. Felix's disrespect had reached unbearable levels, and Harper couldn't stand idly by any longer. Katie began, her voice a mix of sorrow and determination. It was time for a decisive move. The chapter unfolded with dialogues that conveyed the intensity of the confrontations that shaped this turning point. "Katie, you can't keep blaming Felix for everything. He's your husband," Harper confronted Katie, her words carrying a mix of maternal wisdom and sternness. Katie, weary and emotionally drained, responded with a plea for understanding. Harper, I can't take it anymore. He's not the man I married, and I can't subject Jared to this toxic environment. Harper's gaze softened, the weight of the situation evident in her eyes. I can't force you to stay, Katie, but think about what's best for Jared. A broken family might hurt him more than you realize. The reader could feel the depth of the internal struggle within Katie, torn between the desire to protect her son and the painful acknowledgement of a marriage slipping through her fingers. As Harper confronted Felix in a scene charged with tension, the dialogues revealed the clash of wills between mother and son. Felix, your behavior is tearing this family apart. I won't let you continue down this destructive path. Harper's voice carried a mix of disappointment and resolve. Felix, his pride wounded, retorted with defiance. I don't need your interference, Mom. Katie's the one who can't handle the challenges of marriage. Harper's response, a forceful yet compassionate ultimatum, laid the groundwork for the forced departure. You leave me no choice, Felix. It's time for you to go. Maybe some time apart will make you realize what truly matters. The chapter concluded with the palpable tension of Felix's departure, leaving Katie and Harper to grapple with the aftermath of a decision that would echo through the chapters yet to unfold. A forced departure, a drastic measure to preserve what remained of our family. Little did I know that this separation would unveil truths we were all reluctant to face. In the aftermath of Felix's forced departure, Katie found herself at a crossroads, grappling with the challenges of single parenthood and the echoes of a shattered marriage. Chapter 8, Taking Flight, unfolded against the backdrop of a home transformed by absence and uncertainty. Felix was gone, and the weight of that absence hung in the air, Katie narrated, her voice carrying the gravity of the situation. But with Jared by my side, I knew I had to navigate this uncharted territory. The chapter unveiled dialogues that encapsulated the struggles and resilience at the heart of Katie's journey. Mom, where's Dad? Is he coming back? Jared's innocent inquiry pierced through the silence, his eyes searching for answers. Katie, mustering a smile, knelt down to his eye level. Sweetheart, sometimes grown-ups need time apart to figure things out, but we'll be okay, you and me together. The poignant exchange highlighted Katie's determination to shield Jared from the turmoil, even as she grappled with her own uncertainties. As Katie reflected on the challenges of single parenthood, she found solace in an unexpected ally, Harper, who stepped into the role of both mother and grandmother. Katie, you're not alone in this. We'll figure it out together. Harper's words carried a mix of empathy and determination. Jared needs stability, and we'll provide that for him. Katie, grateful for the support, responded with a mix of relief and gratitude. Thank you, Harper. I never imagined it would come to this, but I want what's best for Jared. The reader could sense the shifting dynamics within the household as the characters navigated the complexities of their altered family structure. The chapter reached a poignant moment when Katie, unpacking a box of Jared's toys, whispered, "Taking flight, not just for myself, but for Jared. It's time to redefine our lives, one step at a time." The narrative captured the essence of resilience and newfound determination as Katie embarked on the journey of rebuilding, the echoes of taking flight reverberating through the chapters yet to unfold. Little did I know that in the midst of uncertainty, we were laying the foundation for a new beginning. As the story unfolded, Chapter 9, Harper's Revelation, delved into the complexities of Harper's character and the revelations that would reshape the narrative. The reader was invited into the intimate moments where truths long concealed began to surface. Harper carried secrets that weighed heavy on her heart, secrets that held the key to understanding the fractures in our family, Katie narrated, her voice carrying a sense of anticipation. The chapter began with a dialogue between Katie and Harper, an exchange that hinted at the untold stories harbored by the matriarch. Harper, there's something you're not telling me. What happened between Felix and you? Katie's inquiry held a mix of curiosity and concern. Harper, her gaze distant as if revisiting the past, sighed. Katie, there are things I kept hidden, things I thought were best left in the shadows. But maybe it's time for the truth to come to light. The revelation unfolded through a series of dialogues between Katie and Harper, exposing the hidden layers of their family history. Felix lost his father at a young age, and I tried to fill that void by focusing on my work, Harper confessed, her words carrying a weight of guilt. I thought I was doing what was best for him, but maybe I neglected the emotional support he needed. Katie, absorbing the revelation, responded with empathy, Harper, we all have our struggles. It's never easy being a single parent, and maybe Felix resented feeling alone. The dialogue highlighted the generational patterns that shaped Felix's upbringing and the consequences that rippled through his adult life. As Harper continued her revelation, the narrative shifted to a pivotal moment when Felix's financial struggles were exposed. Felix's income wasn't as stable as it seemed. I had been compensating for his job performance issues, trying to shield him from the harsh realities of the business, Harper disclosed, her voice tinged with regret. Katie, realizing the depth of the family's financial intricacies, responded with a mix of understanding and frustration. Harper, why didn't you tell me? We could have faced these challenges together. The chapter concluded with a sense of revelation and a looming sense of closure. Harper's revelation, a glimpse into the shadows of our family's history. Little did I know that the truths unearthed would become the foundation for healing and understanding, propelling us toward a future we had yet to envision. Amidst the echoes of revelations and healing, Chapter 10, New Beginnings, unfolded as a testament to resilience and the transformative power of understanding. The reader was invited into the pivotal moments where the characters faced the prospect of rebuilding their lives. Harper's revelations had peeled back layers of our family history, and in the wake of truth, the path to new beginnings emerged. Katie narrated, her voice carrying a sense of hope. The chapter commenced with a heartfelt dialogue between Katie and Harper, reflecting the evolving dynamics of their relationship. Harper, thank you for opening up to me. It's time for us to move forward, to create a better future for Jared and ourselves. Katie expressed gratitude, her words laced with determination. Harper, her eyes reflecting a mix of regret and resolution, responded with a motherly assurance. Katie, we can't change the past, but we can shape the future, together, as a family. The dialogue captured the essence of a newfound understanding, a bridge built on shared truths and a commitment to rebuilding. As the narrative unfolded, Katie described scenes of co-parenting with Felix, a process marked by both challenges and moments of shared responsibility. Felix, we may not be together, but we share a son. We need to find a way to co-parent Jared without letting our personal grievances affect him, Katie asserted, her tone firm yet conciliatory. Felix, recognizing the need for cooperation, responded with a hesitant agreement. I want what's best for Jared. Let's try to make this work. The reader could sense the tentative steps toward collaboration, a fragile foundation for the new beginnings that lay ahead. The chapter reached a poignant moment when Katie, unpacking a box of memories, whispered to herself, "New beginnings, not just for us, but for Jared. It's time to rewrite our story, one chapter at a time." The narrative closed with a scene where Katie, Harper, and Jared sat around the dinner table, a symbol of unity and a harbinger of the healing journey that awaited them. New Beginnings, a chapter that transcends the shadows of the past. Little did I know that the seeds of understanding and cooperation sown in this chapter would blossom into a tapestry of hope and renewal in the chapters yet to unfold.